the deck. Okay, so we are here with this beautiful abomination. This is a Jeskai Yorion Dice Thopter Sword. A few days back, late last week, I was playing a blue-red Dice Factory deck featuring Urza and Saheeli and Yorion. That was from the wonderful Brian M. I found some pieces of that deck a little lackluster. So let's take a look at what he had in here, because there was Ghirapur Aether Grids, and I think there were just some of the smaller artifacts that I just felt were lackluster when we were playing it. So what we ended up with here is my version of the deck where we cut the Aether Grids for Thopter Foundries and a Sword of the Meek. One of the nice things is we were already playing Karn, so you just put a Sword of the Meek in your sideboard and one in your main deck, and in some ways you are a little bit more resilient to some of the things that can disrupt Thopter Sword combo. Now, the point of the Dice Factory deck, for anyone who hasn't seen it, is you use Everflowing Chalice with Astral Cornucopia. So both of these are artifacts that tap for mana equal to the number of charge counters on them, and you can use this guy from Darksteel, Coretapper. He taps to put a charge counter on target artifact, or you can sacrifice Coretapper to put 2 charge counters on target artifact. So with these cards, you have a reasonable ability to sort of keep ramping up your mana production. Then we also have Surge Node. Surge Node is a 1-mana artifact from New Phyrexia that has 6 charge counters on it, and you have 1 mana, remove a charge counter from Surge Node and put a charge counter on target artifact. So you use it to charge your other things. So we've got a dynamic little engine here, but the stroke of genius, as it were, that Brian added to this package is Saheeli Sublime Artificer. So what Saheeli Sublime Artificer allows it to do, besides the fact that she's very efficient with your artifact and non-creature spell deck, Saheeli's -2 says target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control until end of turn. So what you can do is you can turn the Surge Node into a Chalice or Cornucopia, and it will immediately tap for 6 or whatever number of counters remain on it. This can give you a incredible burst of mana on turn 3. It is possible to do all sorts of wild things with this. What we have in this deck is we've got Karn the Great Creator, Urza, Lord High Artificer, and we've got Yorion out of the sideboard. So any of those big payoffs is obviously really good with a lot of mana. Urza can tap 5 mana to spin your deck and play a spell off the top for free. Karn allows you to get things like Sky Sovereign or Walking Ballista or any number of Silver Bullet artifacts. But on top of this, this deck has the ability to either grind out with Thopter Foundry and Sword of the Meek, or you can go infinite with Urza Thopter Foundry, or you can sort of go off with Urza and Paradox Engine. So Paradox Engine is an EDH staple, unless it's banned. I have no idea. The EDH ban list is nonsense. So this is a 5-mana artifact that says whenever you cast a spell, untap all non-land permanents you control. So with Urza making your non-land artifacts tap for mana, you can spin Urza, and if you hit a spell, it's going to untap all your artifacts again, allowing you to spin over and over and over again with the combo pieces only of Paradox Engine plus Urza. Additionally, if you have something going on like a Surge Node or a Everflowing Chalice or a Astral Cornucopia that's tapping for multiple mana, it makes it easier and easier to go off in a single turn. So at some point I will grab a clip for Cave Dan of the previous iteration of this deck doing its thing. The question is this pile of cards worth playing? Is this a good thing to be doing in Modern right now? My previous leagues have been pretty solid. The Izzet Dice Factory deck was on its way to a 4-0 when we lost a timeout. And then we got stomped the next round by Jund. Yesterday, this version of the deck was close to a 4-1, but I punted a game against Goblins by misnaming from a pithing needle, and just now we wrapped up a 4-1. So I don't know if this strategy specifically has legs, but it certainly seems to have multiple powerful engines in it, the ability to grind, some high power modern cards in it, and the results that we've been hitting have been consistently decent. So we are going to hop into a league right now and see how we can do with it on this beautiful Sunday. I would like to get through the whole league and post the whole league video. I'm going to be stopping in just over 2 hours because I have some stuff I want to do before dinner. I'm going to be coming back later on this evening to stream some Subnautica and possibly some Iceberg Control. Maybe I'll just finish up this league. We'll see what's up with that. So without further ado, here we go into the queue. All right, starting up here, we lost our first die roll, but that's okay. Zero lander. For some reason, this deck hates to draw lands for me, but that's all right. I don't think I've ever had to mulligan more than I've had to mulligan with this deck. Okay, so we got the 2-lander, and we got Soulguide Lantern, Chalice, Thopter Foundry. So we can turn one our Emry here. Question is, what do I want to throw back? I think rather than turn oneing an Emry, we're going to throw back the Chalice and see what our opponent's on. Cavern of Souls in this deck typically is going to name Artificer, in that will get our Goblin Engineer and our Urza through opposing counter magic, which is probably not going to be relevant in this game. And I'm really glad I threw back the Chalice because there is another one. Okay. I think I am going to turn one the Emry now, because our opponent is on some variety of Tron, and we need to find our Damping Sphere as soon as possible. This is going to grab me probably just a blue source. Admittedly, we won't be able to play the Thopter Foundry next turn, but the Thopter Foundry is not necessarily how we're going to be winning this game anytime soon. I could get a dual land, which would give me more mana in one turn of Circumstance, but on the other chance that we draw an Astrolabe here, we'll want to draw another card with it, plus the Astrolabe will then fix our colors. Okay, we flipped a Coretapper, which is not great, but it is something because Coretapper can charge up Everflowing Chalices by 2 every turn. So we can start getting some of our mana engine going here. We just need to find a Damping Sphere as soon as possible. I have been able to beat Tron decks in game 1 by finding the Damping Sphere quickly. Chalice on 0. Okay, so it looks like E-Tron and Mazebind Tome. So not the fastest hand out of E-Tron. The Chalice on 0 is slightly frustrating, but there's the Arcum's Astrolabe that I predicted earlier, so that's good. To play a Cavern here, call Artificer. There it is. So that's for, yeah, Urza and our boy, what's the name of our boy? Urza and Goblin Engineer. Play the Coretapper, so this will charge up one of my Chalices. I could tap this Chalice for 2 right now, which would allow me to play Soulguide Lantern plus sack it to draw. And the real question is, do I want to do that, or do I want to keep the Coretapper in play? Soulguide Lantern is nice to have here because it gives me something to cycle against the Chalice of the Void every turn. I think we're just going to pass for this one. Actually, the potential of a Thought-Knot Seer is making me reconsider, because if they have an Eldrazi Temple, they can get their Thought-Knot Seer in this turn. So we're going to do this. We're going to play the Soulguide Lantern, and then we're going to sack it to draw a card. We have to exile something for our own graveyard this time. We'll grab the Blooded Strand. We don't have Emry, or not. We have Emry. We don't have Ren 6 or some of my other favorite land recycling cards, so we don't get to do that. Well, there's my good friend Goblin Engineer. So that can get us Damping Sphere, and then we can play out the Damping Sphere next turn. So we are against E-Tron. This is not the same as being against Green Tron. So I do need to be cognizant of that fact. They don't have the ability to play out Karn this turn, which is a big deal because they do play Karn the Great Creator, and that's a real problem for us. So we're going to need to dodge that a little bit. Oh, they've got the Dismember. That's, yeah, more than a little rough. Okay, so... Okay. Play Urza, and then Urza lets us play nothing. Could play Astrolabe and Engineer. Engineer gets me Ensnaring Bridge in the graveyard, but we... Oh, no, then we will then have the colors to activate it. So... I could also get myself Sword of the Meek and just win the game next turn. Is that correct? No, my colors aren't good enough. If I go Astrolabe into Engineer and put Sword of the Meek in my graveyard, next turn we play Urza, Filter. Yeah, we can win the game next turn. So, hold on. I'm going to play Astrolabe. We could also draw land with the Astrolabe, so let's see if we get through here. Okay, Surge Node's kind of neat here. I can play the Surge Node, charge the Chalice, and then play the Goblin Engineer, which is great. So we're just hoping they don't Karn us this turn. Even if they do, it's not the end of the world, but it would certainly be pretty good for them. Oh, it'll actually be really bad, because I lose a lot of mana to that. Nice thing is their Blast Zones that are on 1 aren't doing anything right now. They're going to draw a card. Okay, so it could be a Temple, but a Temple's not good enough here. So luckily for us, they kind of stalled and flailed around a little bit, and it looks like we're going to get to combo kill them. Yeah, Trip 6, it is super, super neat to play the Surge Nodes and the Everflowing Chalices. The one problem with it is it's super vulnerable to Karn the Great Creator. The Kinnan deck is like almost as vulnerable, but not quite. And this deck's strength and weakness is the fact that it's like very, very heavy on artifacts. I do love Urza in Modern right now because Urza demands a pretty specific suite of interaction. The black interaction, by and large, is very good against Urza, but most of the rest of it is not good. They just concede. They didn't even see my hand or anything. They just scooped it up. Okay, I'll take it. So game 1 against E-Tron. Nice and easy peasy there. I want some number of Blood Moons here. They're not that good against these newer versions of E-Tron that are playing more artifacty mana. I don't need Soul Guide Lantern. I don't necessarily need Damping Sphere, although it being an artifact is kind of nice that I can search it up. Pithing Needle is definitely worth keeping just because it can turn off things like Blast Zone. Coretapper's probably okay. I'm just looking for 1 or 2 cuts here. Might just be one of the chalices, I think. On the play, how good is Galvanic Blast? So being able to take their Karn off the table is pretty essential. I guess I could actually, you know what? I could probably board out 1 Galvanic Blast because if they put Chalice on 1, it's a bit of a problem. We do have Karn to kill Chalices, which is really nice. So our Karn, the Great Creator, beats Chalices for us, but that is a good point. Galvanic Blast is probably not that good. The problem is I'm on the draw right now, so I want not quite the full boat of Blood Moons. We don't really have a lot of ability to put out a Blood Moon on turn 2. So yeah, I think we're going to keep this. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, well, we've got Gemstone Caverns, Sword of the Meek, Saheeli, Urza. I think I'm keeping this one. I think we go Caverns, Pitch Flooded Strand, and just roll with this. I want to see if Galv Blast without Metalcraft could deal with Karn the Great Creator if we take down while we're on the draw. Yes. Storm the Vault. I don't feel good about Storm the Vault, to be perfectly honest with you. The thing that really bothers me about Storm the Vault is it says 1 or more. Like, it's a 4-mana enchantment that gives you a maximum of a single treasure each turn for, like, obvious reasons. 5 or more artifacts. Although we flip it pretty easily. And then it's... I don't know. Maybe we could try it as a 1-of. Maybe it's better than I think it is. All right. Yeah, let's just get this out of my hand. Let's get it safe from Thought-Knot Seer. I guess I could have held on to the Bauble for one turn because I know I have a Saheeli, but that's fine. And I theoretically should have upkeep Baubled them to see what they were going to draw. If I Bauble them now, they'll exile it, but I think I want the next card in case it's a Blood Moon. Although Blood Moon's really going to mess me up. I guess I can Flooded Strand and make sure I have blue. Yeah, there it is. Just seeing how bad do we want to make Tolarian Academy and still play it. Ah. Well, but Tolarian Academy doesn't, like, I don't know. Those are, like, totally different cards, right? Obviously, you know that, but, like, I'm just saying, it's not a good, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a great comparison. I think I'll grab my Snow-Covered Plains here, because then next turn, I can grab an island with this and be Blood Moon proof on my side. Yeah, so let's just play Saheeli, and then hopefully they don't just Tron me out of this game. That's what Urza's for. Well, but I think the idea is to have a second Urza kind of deal. I feel like Urza's the fixed Tolarian Academy, and it still feels not fixed enough. Well, the problem with Urza is the fact that Urza is like a mid-range threat as well as being the Academy. So, like, were you on the online judge conference yesterday? No, I didn't know about it. Nobody let me know that was a thing. That would have been great, but I wasn't informed. My opponent has kept a hand that is doing literally nothing? I'm confused. Please sacrifice your Relic of Progenesis to draw a card now. Otherwise, I'm just going to think that you're a tad foolish. They must go Land Smasher here, right? Like, that's the only way. Or, like, Endbringer? No, it's a Smasher. If they attack Saheeli, do I defend her at all? I think I do, because if... So I can chump block with the Construct. And then next turn, depending on what we draw, we might be able to grab and play Yorion. Also, next turn, I can equip Sword of the Meek to Urza, and he's then a 2/6, which blocks Smasher for a while. So keeping Saheeli alive seems pretty worth in a number of ways. What is up, Wambo Combo? Oh, I saw you say something earlier, and then you weren't. What did you do? You said that, like, I did it or something like that, but you didn't follow up at all. Okay, so this was not a draw that lets me do the thing that I wanted. So we'll throw this down so I can get another island if I want. Top 8'd the showcase. You did? That's amazing. Good for you. You were up there with Mr. Rayab? That's fantastic. What were you playing? There's my 2/6. We can play Coretapper and then grab Yorion? Yeah, we can. But yeah, man, that's a mighty, mighty accomplishment. Coretapper. 1, 2, 3. Grab my Sky Noodle. Alright. Team Ryan. Did you kill Mr. Rabe? Mr. Ryeb? Did you kill him? Are you the one? You totally are, aren't you? There were 2 Yorion Scapeshift decks? Is that what you're telling me? Because that... Okay, you lost a green like 10. So there were 2 Scapeshift decks in the top 8 then. I haven't looked at the top 8 list. So they've got 7 mana. Oh, I really hope they don't have All His Dust. This is better be just a second Smasher. Double Smash? Smash, smash? Yep. Alright, so Healy's not long for this world. But they have to attack her with both if they want to kill her. So they might just attack me. No, they attack Saheeli. That means I don't have to block, so at least we got that going for us. Double smashers across the sky. Okay. Surge node. Ha! A little too late, friend. Okay. So playing Surge node is free. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So I cannot spin Urza and play Yorion. I can. Yeah, these smashers are going to be a problem pretty quick. But Yorion plus Urza, I can double block and knock down a smasher, so that's okay. We get to attack for 3 first if I want to. Put charge counter on sword. Yeah, I mean we definitely can do that. Put a lot of charge counters wherever we want. I could charge up their Relic of Progenitus if we want to. So might as well attack for 3 here. Yorion is probably the best. Oh, that's 100% what we're playing. So if I'm not going to slide my Sword of the Meek. I could, but I just want to equip it to Yorion, because then it makes Yorion a 5/7, which kills the Smasher on the block, which is kind of great. I don't need to slide the Surge node, but there's really no reason not to. Whoop. Beep 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 beep. I love Yorion with Urza. This is my jam. I'm addicted to that. It's so freaking good, man. It's so good. Why is it so good? And I could trade the Construct and the Coretapper for a Smasher. Okay, so they can draw a card here, and they'll have 2 Eldrazi mana left over, and they also have the Relic. Did they miss Relicking me last turn? I think they did. You're not attacking, right? Yeah, you're not attacking. Cool. So this is like super good for us, because we're just going to start spinning. We're going to start twirling towards freedom. Would I rather sacrifice Fiery Islet first or spin Urza first? I think... Oh, I just played a land for the turn, so let's see if I draw something. Astrolabe. That'll work. That's the game win next turn? That's the game win next turn, because this gets me Thopter Foundry. No, there's a Relic in play. So it doesn't actually do that much for me. So let's see if we find like a Karn, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Phase 3 announcement for Ontario tomorrow. Okay. Glad to know our country's doing okay. What does Phase 3 entail? I assume it's more good stuff. Okay. Well, Emry might force them to Relic, so that's kind of good. Especially because we have 4 Thopter Foundries in our deck, so we could flip one there. We didn't, but we flipped a bridge. They probably want to keep that off the table. So I think we'll just pass here. Because I don't quite have enough mana to spin again. But next turn we will have double spin. I'm not reading the full email. That's fine. I'm not asking you to. Yeah, there it is. Cool. So this means we can... Oh, we can go infinite next turn. So they need to have Karn here to stop me. But Karn actually doesn't stop me because I have a 5/7 flyer. So they don't know it, but they're in a very tight squeeze right now. But more importantly, I could put 2 charge counters on this Mazemind Tome, which will have next to no value. It won't really do anything for me at all. But it's funny. It's funny that I can do that. Oh, they're going for the Tron land? What a crazy spin. More nothing? Yeah, more nothing. Wow. That's they hit all the do nothing cards in their Tron deck, I guess. Yep. Just a little bit too much air. Basically, Canada in total has less than half cases than Florida, so we're going to get it together and build an ice wall Game of Thrones style. Cool. Makes sense. And we're going to make America pay for it, though, right? Like, that's a given, I assume. Duh. All right. Just checking. All right. That's game. Someone get Jerry Thompson in here, because that's game. Detroit, yeah. All right, so round 1 win against Etron there. Nice and clean. I'll be back in 2 seconds and we'll get into round number 2. All right. Round 2. Fight. What the hell? I used to be able to do that. What's wrong? Why can't I do this? There we go. What the hell? Why can I... My broadcaster is being funny. There we go. Okay, text. Good. Good. Oops. All right. I was not wearing my earphones and I missed the cue. That's okay. We'll be fine. It'll all be fine. Promise. Okie dokie. Yeah, Sand's not great. It's very, very slow. We're on the draw against someone who mulliganed. I'm really inclined to keep this because this hand plays magic at a minimum. And Thopter Foundry into Emry is like good against any kind of fair deck, so I'm going to keep it. Of course, the problem is the fair decks are much more likely to be playing a bunch of removal, but... this deck has caused me to tilt more than I was used to doing, just running into the new versions of Gruul. And for some reason, the new versions of Gruul are running like 4 Bone Crushers on top of 4 Lightning Bolts. They used to not play quite as much removal, but they... Yeah. Can you feel the healing power? Oh, wow. Please tell me I'm against some variety of burn. Nope. Yes? Maybe? Nope. Dredge. Always Dredge. Oh, it's Mardu Dredge. Neat. Alright, well, this hand I kept is slow, but their hand is very small, so let's see how she goes. My bot said Dredge. Yeah, I don't always pay attention to it because I don't it can be misleading and I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. They have more removal than OG Dredge. That's true. Like, they already have a castable Smiting Helix in their graveyard, assuming they can find white mana. Okay. So we got to get Bridge or something similar going pretty quickly. The slowness of my hand might be a problem. We'll see. Next turn, we get to play Surge Node into Emry. The turn after, we get to play Urza. So we might be able to survive long enough, but this is definitely going to be a little bit sketch. potential saving grace is there. Why didn't they activate their second tree card? Ox. Yikes. Okie dokie. Well, yeah, they're playing Ox here, and then they get a prized amalgam, and they don't get any silver smoke ghouls yet, so we'll see. They have a Dark Blast. Dark Blast actually doesn't do that. Oh no, Creeping Chill. All right, so now many silver smoke ghouls are coming back. Good lord. Just 4-lander hand annihilates me. What am I going to this turn? 10? Yeah. They also have a lot of reach. Can I trade 30k channel points for a British accent stream? No, that would take actual money. Holy shit. Okay, so we're just dead, huh? Yeah, super duper dead. Alright. So this is a matchup which we are not particularly well equipped to face at all. Our sideboard is not particularly well set up to beat Dredge. Do you accept e-transfer? I do. There should be a thing on the... If you go down underneath the stream on desktop, I don't know what it looks like on mobile. I can also pay in whiskey. I would take whiskey for that. Do your research and see if you can pick a specific British accent, because that'll probably make it easier for me. Not that you probably want to make it easier for me. Okay, so we definitely don't need Damping Sphere. Pithing Needle is okay. I have literally a room of whiskey. Why are we not better friends? I might need it this week for my drinking stream. You want to truck some of that over to Oakville? And a wine cellar. Jesus Christ, dude. I should just come to your place and stream. Alright. Yeah, Galvanic Blasts are less than great. Blood Moon can really, really lock them out of most of their spells. Depending on the timing. The problem is just a little slow a lot of the time. I think we just have to find a hand that has like some kind of hate piece and just pray. I guess I could board in the Tormod script, but I really like the Tormod script in the sideboard because then you can Karn for it on as soon as you hit 4 mana. Congratulations on your new sponsor. Choice bottle of champagne on ice for something special. Well, depending on tomorrow's B&R, that might be something special. We'll see. Hopefully it's just an unban. That would be phenomenal. I would really appreciate if it was just a unban. I don't think that that's going to happen, but I would really appreciate it if that's what it was. Yorion, let's do it. Zero lander. Well, I guess I have to mull that one. Yeah, this is fine. We've got a bridge. They have a lot of reach in their deck, but I think we can keep this. Coretapper with Cornucopia is kind of good, so I think I'm shipping the Thopter Foundry here. Which is weird, but I think it's correct. Yeah, because the plan for the early game here is just to hold out with bridge. And we'll see where we end up with that. One of the problems with that is that usually what they're packing out of their sideboard is artifact and enchantment removal to beat whatever hate piece their opponent is playing against them. Would you accept the outcome of that was just a ban response drill? I mean, I would. The problem is they've set a precedent, and it would really annoy me if they continuously sort of subverted the precedents that they keep setting. Like, I would just find that irritating. Because, like, they specifically said, like, this will affect these formats, which is already something that's, like, not... It's non-committal, right? Like, it doesn't mean there's a ban. It doesn't mean there's an unban. It just means there will be action. Would you accept anti-tank missiles as a donation? Well, I don't have an anti-tank missile firing device, so probably not. Narcomoeba is not bringing any friends back with it. That's great. No creeping chills so far, and we're going to get our bridge down next turn. So let's just hope... This is cathartic? Yeah, that's fine. I think next turn I can play Saheeli into bridge, which is kind of sick. The problem I'm going to have is if they have a bunch of... good God. Man, this version of Dredge is nuts. Look at this. Look at how much, like, they just, like, everything's coming back already. Like, good God. Always yield. Also yield. No, go. Do the thing. What? Why are we not? Okay, whatever. It's fine. I'm not doing anything on their turn anyway. Okay. So, 1 counter, then sack for 2 counters. This is 3. So I can make 3. I think I just have to play the bridge because I didn't draw. So I have 5. And I can't, yeah. So if I have 5 mana, I can play the Surge Node, charge this, then I have 4, then I can play the Chalice, then I can play the Bridge, and then Saheeli will be the last card in my hand. But I don't, that doesn't really help me out. If I could play Saheeli first and then somehow also play the Bridge, that would be the best, but I don't think I can do that. So I think I just have to have a kind of lame duck Saheeli. Although she gives me a lot of mana next turn. So sack this, put the counters here. Play Surge Node, crank the Surge. Yeah, okay. I know what I'm doing. Cast a multi-kicker for 1. I've got a huge amount of mana for next turn. And I have a bridge in play, so... the problem is if they're like, ha, Ancient Grudge, kill you. I'm ready for Black Tie. As long as it's not like tuxedo. Like, I have a suit. I have a pretty good suit. I just don't have like a tuxedo. The biggest problem against this build is they're gonna have so much burn. Like, because between the Creeping Chills and the Smiting Helixes, and like, we're just very likely to just die. Okay, well, here come the Silver Smoke Ghouls. Human Sacrifice starts at 9. Well. Here comes the Ox. We're just gonna get massacred here. This is basically gonna dredge like their whole deck? Or close to it? Like 15 cards, probably? Holy crap. Yikes. They don't have any white mana in play yet, though? I'm assuming they can get it with... Did they put a loam in their hand? They probably put at least 1 loam in their hand. Whatever. So we're going to 7. No conflag in here yet? Maybe they boarded it out? No, yeah, there it is. There's the conflag. Okay, so I think we're like pretty close to deterministically dead. So here's hoping that I get to do anything. Yikes. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can't even play Yorion. Oh, I can, actually. So tap that for 4, play Saheeli. So we're going to do the crazy Saheeli mana thing, at least. So we get to turn Surge Node into a Cornucopia or Chalice. Tap that for 5. So 6, 7, 8. That's enough for the Yorion thing. I also want to play the Saheeli, but I can't do that. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, but at least this way I won't take any damage from my Fiery Islet, so that ain't not bad. I had to block one of the Archimedes. This is the Surge node, so I'll flicker that one just to reset the counters by 1. And we'll flicker Saheeli to reset her loyalty. Yeah, this is the crazy mana engine part of this deck. I don't know if it's all that good, but it's certainly interesting. It's certainly a thing you can do in Modern that is kind of neat. The problem is, like, we're just gonna die to Smiting Helixes and Conflagrates and Creeping Chills. But they've had 2 completely, like, unbelievable draws here, so I don't really feel bad about it. It's frustrating, but it's understandable. This is Dredge doing Dredge things. I mean, they are on 6 cards in their deck. So if I was somehow able to... Actually, they probably don't have any white sources left in their deck. But they could just discard their hand and kill me now. So they don't even need to do anything. They loam, play City of Brass, and then shoot me for 5, I guess. Which is unnecessary, but sure. They could also attack me for 1. Because I only have the Yorion. Just play the Conflag, man. Just play the Conflag. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so just wrecked by Dredge. But that's fine. I mean, that's what Dredge does. We didn't have particularly quick hands, and we're generally not set up for a Dredge-heavy metagame. Not that this is like a Dredge-heavy metagame or anything like that, but Dredge is certainly not something we're particularly prepared for. We have game against them, but not if they go off like that. Alrighty, on to match the 3rd. 5-0 Dream is dead, but 4-1 Dream is still very much alive. So let's get him. Once again on the draw. Although, we got the Gemstone Caverns in our hand. So yeah, we're definitely going to keep this one. Can turn 1 Goblin Engineer. So let's put in the Caverns. And I want to exile... I could turn 1 Emry with Bauble. So we could just exile the Engineer. Because I think the rest of these cards are just a little bit better than Engineer. Emry into Karn. Yeah. This is actually a really undisruptible hand, too. If they have turn 1 discard or something like that, we're going to be in really good shape. I guess Karn is more expensive, but he's harder to remove, so we're just going to do that. Dredge is more than just a word, it's an explanation. That is a fact. What the hell is this? It's gotta be Burn, right? So against Burn, playing the turn 1 Emry is less than great, but playing turn 1 Chalice and Coretapper is better. So we're going to do that. We'll play that Chalice first. The reason I'm doing this is because playing a Coretapper is going to incentivize them to... They bolt me in response. Hilarious. I have no words. I have no words. That was... I'm going to say bad. It was bad. That was generally just bad. Yeah, I did the thing, Alex. I didn't set myself up for failure. They set themselves up for failure for whatever reason. I literally floated 2 mana before I played the Chalice. And then I played the Chalice with the mana floating. Helix. On me? Holy yikes. This opponent knows what they're about. Okay, so we can turn to Karn. The question is, what do I do with it? Don't have anything in my sideboard that particularly gains me life. What we could do is get Sword of the Meek with Karn, and we're also able to play Emry this turn, and we can see if Emry flips a Thopter Foundry. Problem with Emry flipping a Thopter Foundry is that we don't get to, if Emry doesn't survive, we don't get to play it. So it's not really all that good. And I can't play any of the 2-mana artifacts off my sideboard with Karn this turn. So most of them are not all that useful. Okay. I think I do want to play the Emry out, though, because it's going to incentivize them to do something other than just shoot my face. So we're going to play Karn. We're going to play Emry. Karn is going to get me, I think, Sword of the Meek. Nothing here gains me life, unfortunately. So it would be really nice. And I can't count on Karn staying in play. I could get Liquimetal Coating to start trying to shrink their universe. That heavily incentivizes them to kill Karn. That's probably the best thing to do. I used to play Dice Factory, and I'm having Vietnam-esque flashbacks. Why that? What's going on, friend? Every time I'm playing Urza deck, I think of Dice Factory. And every time I'm playing Dice Factory, I think of Urza. Yeah, let's get Coating. Coating kind of demands that they kill my Coretapper before Chalice against Burn. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I didn't do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've screwed up things like that many times before, so I do not mind you telling me, hey, don't do the stupid thing, when I've clearly shown myself to be capable of doing the stupid thing. But can you imagine what this would have been like if I was on the play? You think they would have bolted one of my creatures? Yeah, totally do. Skull crack, kill my Karn. Sure. Bolt, kill my Emry. Sure. So they're light on cards now, and I'm still at 12. I should have cracked my Bauble before my turn. Maybe I'll be able to. Magic Online is choking a whole bunch here. It's just... Okay, it is listening to my commands. Undo yield through this turn. Yield until next end step. There we go. Nope, it just ignored it. Of course it did. Cool. Double Fiery Islet kind of sucks right now. So we'll play Emry, put Yorion in my hand, and do nothing else, I believe, will be my play. We're going to crack the Bauble on their upkeep. Whoa. Did not F6. Did not do anything there. Please, for the love of... If it had gone through my whole turn or whatever there, that would have been like the third time in 2 days where like Moto lagging has completely wrecked me like that. Which would have been upsetting. There's Damping Sphere, there's okay, so they kind of are definitely incentivized to take down my Emry. Not that they weren't before, but we've got a couple redraws on our next turn, so hopefully we get to keep something. Yeah, we're going to crack the Bauble this turn. Keeping it doesn't really help me anymore. Wooded Foothills on top. Okay, so they're kind of flooded, which is great for us, because we need all the help we can get. Okay, we're going to be a little more careful about clicking and setting stops right now. Nothing? Good God. Okay, well, let's draw a card. Another Karn is great. Go to my turn. I'd like to draw a painless land, please. Huh. Super. Well, beggar not chooser, I suppose. So, if I... Good God. I think I want to get the Paradox Engine with this card. So... What is the best thing for me to play out? It's probably a Coretapper. Or a second Chalice? No, it's a Coretapper, I think. So if I play a Coretapper, I have to take damage to do it, which I really don't want to do. Let's draw. I think we'll just get the Bauble, honestly. It would be great not to have to do that, but I think I just have to get Bauble here. And just try to hit a land for next turn. Alright. When I have 2 cards in hand, it could be up to 8 points of burn, potentially. So I really want to be careful about taking my next point of damage. I think play Karn and plus on nothing is most likely the best line here, because none of this stuff helps me right now, and they're not likely to burn him so low that he can't wish next turn. If they do that, it's kind of a win for me anyway, so we're gonna do that, and then hopefully we can draw a land for next turn. So let's see how many points of burn they have in their hand. They fire off 0. Interesting. I wonder if they have a haste creature that they didn't want to... Another land. That is phenomenal. None of these are cycling land. Oh, they had a Fiery Islet in their hand. So they've got a land plus 2 unknowns. Spike me, sure. Cool. Groovy. Okay, so field's good. Surge Node also good. Surge Node is like crazy good, right? So get Paradox Engine, play Paradox Engine, use Emry to play a 0 mana spell, untap a bunch of mana, and go nuts is the plan. Yeah. Looks up card, Lava Spike. I love it. You just wanted to know if it could target Planeswalkers. It can. But I think I was low enough that they don't want to futz around with not... what do I want to say? With not targeting me anymore, basically. So 5, I have 1 left over. We play Surge Node, untap our mana, play Coretapper, untap our mana, make the Chalice bigger. Okay, so we'll see if I can go like fully off this turn. It's gonna be big. Indoor plumbing. It's gonna be big. Yeah, so Emry plus Paradox Engine is the nuts. So we choose the Bauble. Cast this, trigger, yield. So Emry lets me play all the 0 drops out of my graveyard. A Surge Node. Hold on, before I play the Surge Node, it's Emry, I don't know, Coretapper. So Paradox Engine plus Emry is kind of like Jeskai Ascendancy. So now we get to go off. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they might have just been unloading it because they wanted to be mana efficient in the future. So play the Surge Node for this mana. Okay. Tap that. Tap Emry for, I don't know, another Coretapper. Is it? Am I infinite right now? I think I am. It's a weird thing to ask, but this is a weird deck. I've literally never hit this particular setup before, but I think I'm currently infinite. Yeah, I am. It is though. Like this is Paradox Engine makes me feel things. Yeah, I can see that. I think I even missed an untap here. Splinter Twin plus Pester Might is sort of like Midnight Guard plus Presence of Gond. Nothing in the world is like the presence of Gond. So we just accidentally discovered an infinite loop here, by the way, which is neat. The problem and the reason that I never saw this before is because people don't normally let Emry survive at all for obvious reasons. Like she's just like a crazy card advantage engine. Yeah. So the reason we're bothering to crank this as many times as we are, is just to make the win easier in a second here. Because what we're going to do is play... Yeah, we're just going to kill him with Chris. That's exactly correct. For anyone who's not in on the joke, I refer to Walking Ballista as Christopher Walken Ballista. If you don't get that, I can't help you. So we need 36 mana, which we're almost there. Okay. If you don't get that, you need more cowbell. Fair, fair. I got a fever. I'm assuming my opponent's just sticking around to see how I'm going to kill them. So 32. I do want to make sure I can keep going off in case they have some sneaky sneak. Maybe a lightning helix or something of that nature. Because we can't go off at instant speed. I think if they had a helix, they really obviously should have like helixed my Emry somewhere along the line here, because they can disrupt this quite easily. But they didn't, so we're going to keep on trucking. I missed a tap there. I mean, we have so much mana, it's not really going to matter, but... Okay. So, Everflowing Chalice with 21 counters on it. Seems good. True. Alright, cool. Okay, so, play Karn. Keep this Karn. Ballista. Play Ballista for 20. 23. Okay, cool. They also might have forgotten the safe word. I love it. Alright, so that's how the deck goes off. No sideboard here. So we just got to get lucky again. I suppose we could board in Blood Moon. There's quote number 100. So it took probably closer to 2 months, but that's quote number 200. And I think it is only fitting that Roy is the recipient of it. Suppose what I could do is swap some of my sideboard artifacts or swap some niche artifacts for Blood Moons. The problem with that is that, largely speaking, the niche artifacts need to be here to keep our artifact density high enough, and I don't think the outcome of a Blood Moon is that high. I try to read most of the chat as it's coming on through. Yeah, turn 1 Emry, Galvanic Blast. Seems fine. It's not great. We are going to have to fetch Shock, but I'll keep it. Let's see if we get lucky here again against Burn. Oh, one of the cooler things that I have done with this deck already, though, is used a Coretapper to mess with my Goblin opponent who was trying to Aether Vial stuff. They're like, tap Aether Vial with 2 counters. I'm like, put a counter on it. They're like, put in nothing. I'm like, yep, got him. Oh yeah, it was round 2 against Dredge. Yikes, just got eaten. Oh, it's a great day. I'm gonna grab a vitamin water from my fridge. Taylor Swift's beer. Oh my. Is that more or less cathartic than clicking someone in response to their vial activation? Well, you don't get to know how good you got them, so I suppose it's not as good. I once had my ad nauseous surgical one with Labman involving spoils for ad nause. Neat. That is a funny way to do that. Okay, so the question we have here is stemming the bleeding versus getting Emry on board, and I think the answer is we got to stem the bleeding here. I don't think it's realistic to do anything else. I'm going to play out the third artifact. I'm not exactly sure what they're playing here, and putting the extra artifact into play means we get to play around things like Gutshot or just nonsense, just generally nonsense. We'll crack a Bauble here because Emry still costs 1, and I do need to draw what I can here. They have a Sunback Canyon in their hand, so they've got three potential burn spells. Also, playing out as much of our hand as possible is going to be really good when they idle on the Great Revelment here. Boros Charm, okay. This is weird. It feels like they're playing a burn deck with like very light creatures. I don't have any particular evidence for that. Maybe they're just keeping bad hands. Bad being they did mulligan to 6 on this one, so maybe they kept the right hand. I don't know, but definitely feeling pretty okay here. Okay. Would have liked to hit a land, but beggar not chooser over here. So we'll upkeep Bauble them again if the game will let me. It did not. God damn it, Moto. Why are you being so slow? Looks like normal burn from now. Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. It's just they just had like really creature light draws, and like their creature draws are so good against me. I just literally haven't seen a Goblin Guide. Okay, so their hand must be largely sorcery speed or 2 mana. Inspiring Vantage on top. Man, they've been flooding too. Let's draw land, please. Oh yeah, it's fine, Mike. You're cool. Okay, so Thopter Foundry is good, but I want to get some more mana. So we can play Coretapper, sack the Coretapper, put Cornucopia on 2, and then replay the Coretapper, and we have a huge amount of mana for next turn. I don't get to make any like progress this turn, but I think this is the best possible line because it means that next turn I can play Thopter Foundry and gain a whack of life, which is possibly very important. So Coretapper plus Emry is also really neat, plus either Chalice or Cornucopia, because you do this, and then you do that, and then you do this, and then you do this. Okay. And then next turn we'll be able to gain 2 or 3 life. Ironic because I'm a grammar nerd. Well, English are overrated. I like you guys. I've got a good group of people here. Sure. Man, I hope they don't have like triple bolt here. Yikes. Well, luckily... Oh, no. Emry does cast spells. So we'll leave the Coretapper in play for now. So crank, then Coretapper. I can get my Karn, or I can play my Karn and have 3 mana left afterwards. I also have the Emry activation. Karn can get the Sky Sovereign or the Paradox Engine. We're so close, we just need to stay alive. Problem is, nothing nets me life gain anymore. Isn't just Thopter Sword the way to go? Playing that will involve me basically dying. Side note, I've always wanted to try normal Tron dice. This version seems more fun, though. Well, Roy was talking about a Tron dice version, so I think I'd want to try like Tron Blue with Urza first. But that is not to say that the deck that is being proposed there is not possible. Man, this is super awkward. I think if I had 1 more mana, we could get Ballista and kill this. And get Engineered Explosives. So I don't have to take any damage this turn, which is pretty important. Yeah, I'm at 6. Yeah, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the actual game we've been playing, but yes, I'm at 6. Do you have a sword in the yard? I do not. Not this time. Karn can get a sword, but the problem is I have to cast the sword then, which is problematic. So, oh no, it's all good, my friend. I want to say the best thing to do is just charge this and play the Thopter Foundry this turn. They have 7 mana. So, like, 7 mana is that can you cast Karn plus Sword? I can, but I can't also cast the Thopter Foundry, which I need to do. And then I'm casting a lot of spells, which is... I don't know if you know this, but it's potentially very bad. So let's charge this. What I could do is play Karn, get the sword, play Thopter Foundry, play Chalice for 4 mana. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I can play the Karn, but I can't play the Thopter Foundry. I think I actually have to play Karn and Foundry. So tap that for white, play Karn. Play the Foundry, take 2. So this will be the only damage I take this turn. Karn wishes for... sword? Yeah. No, we can get Sky Sovereign or Walking Ballista. Problem is I might have to sack my Cornucopia or my Foundry this turn. I guess we'd rather sack the Foundry. We'll just see what's in their hand. I think they still have an Inspiring Vantage. They do. They have an Inspiring Vantage, so their hand is half empty. So we're at effectively 5, because I'll sack the Thopter Foundry if I need to. Okay, that's a great sign. Yeah, there's the 1 land. Goblin Guide. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Please flip a basic for me. Swift Spear. Less fine, but still fine. Wait, I know what we're going to do here. Can we do it? So, sack the Thopter Foundry, make a Thopter, double block Eidolon, kill my Emry, and the next turn I have a whack of mana. I don't have Thopter Sword. I could sack the Cornucopia instead, but I'm losing Emry, and then I can't... Because I could get the Sword of the Meek out of my sideboard, but then I don't have any mana left to use it. You'll say a prayer. Thanks, buddy. I think I have to sack the Thopter Foundry. And we'll see where we end up. Because I will get to play out a whack of stuff next turn. So we'll see how good that ends up being. We are going to be at 1. Factual, actual 1. No, 2. Because we gained the 1 life. Well, I guess I could have had Emry block that. No, but I need to kill the Eidolon. Basically mandatory. So, yeah, we'll see where we end up here. can almost kill them because we could play Sky Sovereign and then turn. No, I can't play Sky Sovereign and end Saheeli, can I? All right. Yikes. Okay, so can play Sky Sovereign plus Emry. But the best we can do. I can also Karn for something. They've already flooded a lot, so I don't think we can count on them drawing another land. They could draw another creature, so I guess that's our best bet. So I think we go play the boat. Let's just shoot all their stuff and fade a burn spell. I think this is slightly better, but you might be right. We'll take it on the Swiss Spear for sure. I could just boot up the Sky Sovereign to block. It's actually probably the best. It's one of those weird games where I'm sitting here being like, God bless it, why don't I have a way to give my creatures haste? Alright, pass the turn. We can just kill him next turn, so we just need to fade the burn spell. Creature doesn't do it. So they had the super creature heavy last couple. They're going to combat. Interesting. They're passing the turn. Okay. Because I had 1 mana open, I guess. I want to play my Thopter Foundry, please. Cast my Thopter Foundry. That's game. I mean, not technically, but seems pretty close. Wait, shouldn't I have just killed them there? Well, we'll see. So we'll crew. Go boat, go! Yeah, I should have just ballisted actually and just killed them, I think. Because we could have played the ballista and then just shot them to death. But I don't think that it matters now. I guess if they had Boros Charm plus Bolt or something like that. But if they had Bolt or whatever, they could have just killed me, right? Okay, they scooped. Yeah, I definitely screwed up that last turn because I could have just killed them on the spot. But whatever it was, yeah. Whatever they had there, we got through it. So, cool. Into round the 4th. We're actually trucking along with this one. Oh, that's a cool Karn emote, Mike. The Urza, Karn, and Holy Silex. Love it. All right, let's do it. Here against Freed Mania on the play. Excuse me. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like Moto keeps being like, "I'm sorry, what? You wanted to start? I don't I don't understand." Okay, we got to ship that one. This is better. Not great, but certainly better. Turn 2 Emry with Surge Node, Astrolabe, and Bauble. I think we'll toss the Field of Ruin just because... No. I'll toss the Vista. Tossing the Vista because I do want to draw more mana. Not too much more, but more than this. Chalice is a good pickup too. So next turn I can Surge Node, charge the Chalice, and play the Emry. It's kind of neat. Stonecovered Forest, okay. Gotta be Gruul. Ooh! It's been a minute since I've seen some Titan. Amulet Titan. Someone call up Brian Gottlieb. Another amulet on top. Well, we're possibly just dead. Chalice. Field gonna ruin their day. I mean, it's possible, but I have to survive their double Chalice next turn, which is potentially lethal. And if you've ever thought that Amulet is not going to kill you with turn 2 double Chalice, you'd probably be wrong. Not Chalice, Amulet. I'll have my people shuffle their deck for you. No, it's alright. Alright, do me dirty. Next turn I have the ability to do stuff. So bog me. That's just rude. God, that is so early. Gross. On the plus side, they're stuck now, right? Like this doesn't go anywhere. Well, I was right when I called the triple amulet draw. That was a good pickup. That was a really good pickup. Okay, so play the Islet. We can charge the Chalice and then have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, so I could field, but not. Yeah, I can't do everything that I need to do this turn. I say need to do. I can't do everything I want to do this turn. Basically, I can't play Engineer and field unless I field proactively, which I don't want to do. I need to hold on to the field in case they have a Karoo. So I think we just have to take it slow. Which means we just go charge this. Yeah, okay. So we just got to take it slow for one turn. Not convinced about this, although, yeah, next turn what we can do is play Engineer and grab Damping Sphere out of our deck and then play it immediately. So... Oh, we can Damping Sphere. Yeah, good catch. It's funny, I was thinking of doing that next turn, but we can actually do it this turn. Yeah, that's probably better, huh? Alright, we're just going to do that. Good catch. Yeah. We're going to use Emry to play the Damping Sphere. For some reason, I was thinking Engineer was going to get me something to grind them. But, yeah, getting the Damping Sphere is way better. The funny thing is Damping Sphere stops us from being able to, like, do our, like, Storm Off thing. But on the plus side, we have Goblin Engineer in our deck, and Goblin Engineer allows you to, Roy. That's a bad Roy. That pun was fantastic. Alright. So that's 3, 4, 5 mana here. They don't get any extra land plays out of this. But this is certainly threatening. I have a Teleria West, maybe? So they have Azusa or Dryad? No? They're just going to have the mana burn off? What are you doing here? Azusa or Dryad? 5? What is 5? Okay. Yes, and? Did you say that pun was rotastic? It was. It was. They only have blue mana right now, though. So if they play a Karoo, they... Yeah, this is 3 colorless mana. Also, they've played a spell already this turn. Oh, but they can get... Yeah. They can bounce the forest here. So they can Titan me this turn. Jesus. I think they can Titan me and just kill me, right? But if they have to transmute and play a pact for it, they might not be able to. I'm not tracking this correctly. They also picked up the Gemstone Mine because they're not going to pack this turn, is what I'm thinking here. And then if we field them next turn, we prevent. I think we prevent this from happening. Okay, so I think I'm going to play the second Emry and then see what that flips. Mostly this turn is probably just throw a charge counter on Chalice and then field them. We flipped a Coretapper. That's not playable right now. I could use Goblin Engineer to cycle one of my other artifacts into the Coretapper, and then I have extra mana to field them, but the problem is I need the mana on their turn, so that doesn't actually help me. Probably what we'll do is at the end of their turn, we'll cycle my Astrolabe into Coretapper, which means I don't get to use Emry this turn, which is probably okay. This is actually a super complicated potential turn because I could play my Saheeli, turn the Surge Node into a Chalice, and then have a huge whack of mana. On the flip side, we've played a spell this turn, so we're going to be taxed. So I think I just have to pass here and then just see how their turn goes. We know they have a Karoo in their hand and a Summoner's Pact, so we know exactly what their hand is. The Karoo is going to give them 0 mana. However, they're going to get to bounce something here. So, charge that. Okay. Field Growth Chamber. What artifacts we have in our yard? Only Coretapper, because they bogged me earlier, which is a pain in the butt. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, plus they're going to get to replay a land. They're going to bounce their bog. Bouncing their bog doesn't matter right now. I don't have any artifacts that I particularly care about. Oh, bog is going to add 3 because it's going to come in with the amulet. Shit. Oh, man. Well, I wasn't going to be able to prevent that anyway, so. Okay. So if they want to Titan this turn, they can do it. I think that means we're super duper ultra mega dead because Titan is a completely ridiculous deck, but we'll see. Jeez. Brutal. Yeah. Do the leaks on the bands? Nope. We're just waiting until tomorrow, my friend. We should die this turn. Yeah, if not, we can bridge them, sure. I mean, there's lots of things we can do if we get to survive this turn. But I have no more input, so... Oh, I should have cycled the Coretapper out for something. I missed it. It's fine. Literal death machines. The only thing I think of, like, if they only had the red-white Karoo in their deck to activate their Handweaver Battlements or whatever their haste land is. Slayer Stronghold? But unfortunately, they have red and then they have white there. So they're going to attack for 8 or 16? No, they should be able to attack for at least 20, I think. Maybe not. They can only pump it once right now. They might only be attacking for 16 here. We'll see. Because they don't have any more white mana left, and if they can give it double strike when they attack, that's great for them, but it's potentially irrelevant. All right, how dead are we? On the plus side, we have Blood Moons for this matchup, so that's great. Oh, okay. So they're just going to get Dryad of the Elysian Grove here, which currently costs 5, so they can't play it. So, nice play. Yeah, it's not going to work. Yep. It's really bad for us next turn, but actually, they just double pacted. They don't have enough green to pay for 2 pacts. Might be dead. No, they're going to get to search with the Titan. Okay, we'll see what they get. They could still screw it up because I have Damping Sphere in play. They should be able to give this double strike, but... Actually, maybe not. If they only have the Karoo left, and the other land they have to get... So they have to get a white mana plus the Stronghold, and at least one of them... No, they both come into play tapped because of the Titan. Huh, interesting. Maybe we win. We shall see. We do have a couple of draws at something useful. Fields. And a Simic Growth Chamber. That's not a green source at the moment. Oh, they do have 3 green sources because they have 2 forests, a breeding pool, and a gemstone mine. Do you know Milan has the highest on-screen kill count of any Disney princess? Yes? I mean, I didn't know that, but if you tell me that sentence, I'm like, yeah, that is absolutely true. Oh, they're going to bounce a land and then post-combat play the... No, they can't play the Dryad. I don't think they can still play the Dryad. I don't know how many land drops they have left. If I block 2 damage, I'll be at 4, which means I can survive a single lightning bolt. They just bounced Simic Growth Chamber. Simic Growth Chamber they get to play... And it gives them 3 colorless mana, which means they can play the Dryad. But they have to play it before they play the Dryad. But then they get to bounce a different land. Yeah, we'll block. How much are we taking right now? We were about to take 16. I'm going to cut it down by 1, so I'm going to go to 5? If I can't. No, 4? Huh? Why am I not dead? Why did I not take more? Oh, it doesn't have double strike. I'm an idiot. All right, so I'm not going to die. I don't know if they have any land drops. Oh, no, the Dryad gives them another land drop, so they're definitely going to have one. So they get to bolt down my Emry. Yeah, this means way harder for us to do anything here. Okay. So I think the most realistic way for us to win is to turn off one of their green sources. Because they have exactly 4 and they need to pay for 2 packs? They need to pay for 2 packs? No, they don't. Do they? I thought they played 2 packs. Maybe I was wrong the whole time. Well, that's not what I need. And this is probably also not what I need. Nope. Yeah, just dead, I think. Yeah, I'll just scoop this out. Yikes. So we got our Blood Moons in here. We'll keep the Galvanic Blasts. Damp Sphere is good. Pithing Needle is not great. Soul Guide Lantern, not great. Let's cut a Surge Node and a Chalice? No. Cut a Chalice and a 1 Galvanic Blast, I guess. Yeah, seems alright. Alright, let's see if we can take game number 2. Yep. Give him that one. Not great, but we've got turn 3 Blood Moon on the play. It's gotta be worth something if they can't turn 2 combo the shit out of me again. That turn 2 Bajuka Bog with triple amulet. They mulled a 5. Well, maybe their busted linear deck is gonna fall apart this game. Perhaps. I do love that we hit the Gemstone Cavern on the play here. Less good. Not its intended purpose. Although, it does mean that Gemstone Caverns can serve its, D-list role of allowing us to play an engineered explosives through a chalice for less than the number of colors that we want to play it for. Which is really one of the most important things in life, is being able to play your engineered explosives through chalices. It's just neat. I just think it's neat. We're going to go ahead and bauble them on their upkeep. I could draw Emry, but since I have an Astrolabe, we're good to go on that. Windswept Teeth on top for them. Okay, they missed their turn for whatever reason. Okay. Play tap Steam Vents, Surge Node. The Matter Reshaper of this deck? No, it's not. No, it's the Matter Reshaper of this deck is like Surge Node, I guess. Because if you top deck one, it's like not really threatening unless I already have like a pile of brutal stuff in play. Good lord, 24 land, 80 card deck. Love to see it. All right, well, hopefully this matters. Get you a basic forest. Yep. Sure. So, would I rather play Sahelia's turn or put Yorion into my hand? Yorion is considerably faster clock. So, we'll see. If I draw something more relevant to play on the next turn, then I guess we can always play the Sahelia into whatever other relevant card we picked up. Second Growth Chamber. Oh boy. Jesus. So we basically just accelerated them with our Blood Moon, which is great. I love it. I love it when this happens. Maybe we'll top deck another Blood Moon. Nope. Okay. They don't have any amulets yet. And they did mull to, what was it, 4 or 5? So when I lose this game, it'll be exceptionally annoying. Mull to 5. On the draw, though, I guess. So, probably Yorion just to draw 1 card. That's a big yikes. Okay. Here's my 4/5 that draws me a card. Yay, Modern. What do we got? Another Blood Moon? Too late? Oh, started the week. Alright. I got the part of my combo that I have the least copies of in my main deck. On the plus side of all of this unfortunateness, they can Titan this turn, but without any amulets, we don't die immediately. That does not kill us particularly quickly either. Going to attack step, also not threatening. Being my turn seems reasonable. Drawing another land, not so reasonable. You're not even in the deck, though. Oh, you are. You're always in the deck. You're in the deck in our hearts. Let's place a Healy, play Sword, make a dude, little servo. So if they Titan me this turn, it's still actually not all that bad. So, really need to draw some kind of action here, though. This flood has been... I guess my burn opponent was flooded like this, so it's only fair, quote unquote. It's gotta be Titan, right? Finally got it. But even if they get a field of it, it doesn't do anything. I think they should Squadron Titan here. Just get Teleria West and a crew. We'll see what they choose to do, but I would hazard a guess. New life goal: become each part of speech in the English language. Can't wait for you to become an article, Roy. Oh, they're almost there. They almost have their land names. Yeah, all right. I'll kill your Rex Age. Let's go get my mountain. Zug zug. The hell? There you are. Okay. That's a card. Your final ban predictions for before tomorrow. I don't have them. I'm not in the business of making things up. And I don't realistically think I could make any money off of coming up with something, so I'm just, I don't know. It could be a lot of stuff, most of which I would be pretty unhappy to see. So I really, what I want tomorrow is an unbanning. I don't think that's likely, but that's what I want for tomorrow. And it's the best I can do. Okay. So I could have left this back to block. I don't think that's particularly worthwhile. Can't do anything with Saheeli, so we'll just play a second Saheeli and get the servo trigger. Which again is not particularly useful against the Titan. They're just going to attack down my Saheeli here, but maybe between Saheeli, Galvanic Blast, and Yorion we can just kill him. So it's possible. Can I monetize Roy? What's your blood type, Roy? Would it be fair to say that if you can't monetize it, it isn't worth your time? No, because people do. I don't know. Okay, Okay. Play Dryad, sure. Play Pact. And they're going to play Titan. Got it. Got it. Okay, so we get to wreck them here a little bit. I think we just won this game. Because... No, we haven't won yet. But it's going to be closer. So we'll let them search with the assumption that their Dryad is going to get to fire here. Which it is not. How do you not know your blood type? They're bogging me? I guess. Interesting. Strange choice. They put them all on my dome. Crazy. Well, let's screw up their day. Super Bolt. Bye, Dryad. No Valakut triggers for you. They do get to exile my Galvanic Blast, but... This'll be Squad Titan? Probably. What did they get? Just some forests? Interesting. And it's attacking Saheeli. I could keep her alive, so I guess I will. What if you need more blood? Yeah, so we're likely screwed here, but maybe we top deck Urza and then somehow that's relevant? Oh! Well, yeah, I guess we could draw the best possible card in our deck. Forgot about that one. Only relevant if the bridge survives, but the bridge seems somewhat likely to survive at this point. Maybe not. If I crack them for 5, I can't Ballista for 10 this turn, but I could probably Ballista for 10 next turn. So we're just going to get bridge here. Yeah. Okay. Ask your doctor or your family if you have one. Oh, wait. If I get Ballista and play... Oh, no, these are charge counters, not +1/+1 counters, right? So that doesn't work. Okay, so, yeah. I have a family doctor, but I actively avoid her. Yikes. Bridge. So hopefully they can't what are words? Hopefully they can't Valakut me to death this turn, and then we might be able to get through this. We do have 2 Summoner's Packs to pay for. So that's almost all their mana. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I am 1 mana short of being able to kill them with Walking Ballista. They have 5 mana remaining, 2 green. So I don't know how this can go horribly for me, but I'm assuming it's about to. They have a Dryad or something similar. Yeah, so that's packed for Dryad. So if they have... Each land in their hand is double bolt, which is crazy. If they have a crew land, we're going to be in big trouble very quickly. Definitely going to lose our Karn here, I assume. Crumbling Vestige, okay. So where are you pointing this? Or these, I guess, is the question. Yeah, they're going to kill Saheeli and Karn? Yeah, that makes sense. Well, shit. Okay. Lots of good draws in the deck. Let's try to hit some. Good lord. You have got to be kidding me. Yeah, okay. Just super duper ultra mega dead. Alright, well. Yikes. Good lord, are we so dead. So they had the Rex Age, like, that basically got to get ramp, or, sorry. They had the Rex Age early when they needed it, so that basically my Blood Moon helped them ramp. And then they had triple packed, so they were able to get double Titan and another Dryad. That's a big yikes. Oh well. All right, let's go. Well, run the die roll in our final round here, so let's get our burrito money back, get our 3-2. This is a medium hand, but we've got 2 shots at our next land. If we hit it, we're good. If we don't hit it, we might still get there. So, risky hand, let's go. You've never seen a more brutal Rex Age? I think I've been hit with a more brutal Rex Age from Matthew Dilks, so I don't actually feel that bad about it, but... But then they had the Beast Within afterwards, like after having triple packed, after having, like, it's just like, you know, one of those series of unfortunate events on top of unfortunate events. Okay. So the lower risk play, the Rex Age, I don't remember. I just remember I lost because he had Rex Age and Beast Within with specific timing where he needed it. Is this dredge, is this Gruul, or is this something more reasonable? Let's find out. The lower risk play here would have been to play the Surge node on turn 1 as well as Astral Cornucopia, because we can just sit there and develop that into mana. Maybe this is Jund, or... Yeah, so this is the problem with my line. If they're smart and they take Surge node or Cornucopia, then I'm up a creek mana-wise. It's a good chance they take Thopter Foundry. They might be afraid of Thopter Foundry plus Engineer. I'm not surprised they're tanking on this hand. It's a very strange hand that I kept. I don't remember the context of that quote, but that's a good quote, Alex. Thank you for that one. I got good humans in here. You're a mole person? That's not the worst thing in the world. Moles are cute. If I've learned anything from the Redwall series. Also, the moles were like Irish or something? They had a funny accent. I don't remember which one. Dude, Redwall is great. When you're a kid, Redwall is great. When you get a little bit older into your teen years, you kind of start realizing that all of the books are like super formulaic. Otters were good. Yeah, otters were good. What about Lord Brocktree? Fucking Badger. Just wrecking. Oh, they figured it out. Phyrexian revoke what? Oh, good. I was like, what? Well, we are exactly where I said we'd be if we took the line that I described and didn't hit our second land, which we didn't. So the question is, what are we against here? It's like, oh, it's got to be, yeah, 4-color Shadow. Or maybe Jund Shadow. Jeez. I'm 1 artifact away from being able to kill it. No, there's no instant in the graveyard. I did manage to do that recently. Jesus. What is with this deck, man? This and the Dice Factory deck. I've never had decks fall apart on me as catastrophically and consistently as these ones have. Sure, yeah, whatever, man. You do your thing. The meltdowns with these decks are just so consistent, it feels like. It's really frustrating. So I like playing control decks. At least, like, I usually get to, like, pretend like I got to play Magic. Sure, I'll get overpowered when my opponent nut draws me, but... Lurgoyf Tribal. Yeah, sure. Maybe they'll have to interact with me. Actually, this means I get my Cornucopia back next turn. I can charge it and then start doing stuff. It's probably too late, but might not be. This deck does have a great ability to sort of come back in these situations. Like, this is a very powerful deck. It's just volatile. Falls apart very easily. Yeah, no blocks. Can't even get close to affording it. I think our best chance of winning will involve getting Metalcraft and sandbagging our Galvanic Blast against the Death Shadow if they shock themselves low enough. Is that what you're thinking? It's got to be Trophy. Yeah, Trophy's actually okay here. Not thrilled about it, but like, it's gonna get me a second land. Okay, just as good. Not having any 0-mana artifact right now is kind of crappy. Single 0-mana artifact would be really good. What is up, Speeve? Steve the Speeve. Okay, I think we're going to play Thopter Foundry here. Try to stem the bleeding a little bit. So I can turn my Astrolabe into a Thopter and jump block the Tarmogoyf. So I think they're Jund Shadow, which means they could have Temur Battle Rage, which largely is not going to matter because it's going to give their creature trample anyway. So, but, okay. If this is Bolt or Push, it's fine. If this is Temur Battle Rage, we're just dead. But we can't play around it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh, Kolaghan's Command. Okay, we're still alive. It's really, 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 really colossally, horribly bad for us, but yeah, but we're still alive. Okay, so we can Saheeli into Galvanic Blast this turn, which in theory keeps us alive. We'll see. I have to fetch Shock for it now. Shit. Should have fetched a island to play Saheeli and island. I'm the opposite. I hate playing golf, but I like watching it. I hate playing golf because it's just way too fucking hard, man. The golf is just so hard. It's hard to get, like, getting to the point where you can actually play a round of golf is so hard that it's just like it's not worth doing for me. Because I'm not a sports person. Yeah, you've got the bolt. So the play I talked about there a second ago would have kept us alive there. Which again doesn't mean anything, because they could just... No, it wouldn't have kept us alive. They just bolt the creature and kill us. So it doesn't matter. So they just completely derailed us with the early discard, and we died. So I think we're going to just bring in the Blood Moons for the Galvanic Blasts. It's kind of awkward, but the chance of Galvanic Blasting down a Tarmogoyf or a Death Shadow is pretty low. So I think just locking them out of their mana is much, much higher potential gain. Pithing Needle's still good because you can name Street Wraith. I did a golf camp for 2 weeks, and like, short game is fun, but trying to learn how to drive is just insane. I don't understand how it's possible. Like, I get it, but it's just like so many hours just to get to the point where you can play. Karn into Crypt. I think the Goyf was still going to be way too big, dude. It's a good line, and I've done it before. The problem is our graveyard often has 3 or 4 or 5 types. So Karn into Crypt is definitely a play I've done against Death Shadow. But the problem is if you're trying to use it to shrink Tarmogoyfs, it's not that good. It's good, but it's not that good. You left-handed or right? Me? I'm somewhat ambidextrous, but I am right-handed. I can't write with my left hand. I can do a lot of things with my left hand, but I can't write. Or it's like super wiggly. I was learning to write with my left hand for a little while, but I gave up on it. So let's not get completely annihilated by discard spells plus missing our land drops, please. Yep. That's a keeper. I mean, I'm fine to go to a driving range because like going to a driving range is just fun. Like you're not trying to do anything really. Golf was made for right-handed people, but you could. I don't understand. Can you not play it left-handed? That doesn't make any sense to me. Left-handed people play golf. They must. Like I don't. It's just costly. Ah, I see. But I mean, that's like being a left-handed everything, right? Left-handed guitars are generally more expensive. Like anything that actually requires left-handed something, they just won't make as many of it. They baubled me. Okay, so Sign of Strength. Here goes my Blood Moon. See you, buddy. It was good knowing you. I wish that I had more business spells that was helpfully protecting, but it won't be. I would make a joke about it's really hard for left-handed drummers because you need left-handed sticks, but I think everyone here would be on that. It is hard being a left-handed drummer, though. Not that I am one, but being a left-handed drummer sucks if you actually set up your drum set lefty, because then anytime you go somewhere else to use the drum set, which is a lot, the whole thing will be set up back. Like, it's always set up for a right-handed person, and you can't just switch a drum set from left-handed to right-handed. It's a lot of work. Okay, Goyf is pretty good for us here, in that it wasn't something that killed our Emry. So we have Bauble, Surge Node, and the Astrolabe. So we're going to play Bauble plus Blood Moon. Hopefully that's good. Yep. Yep. And then we just have to find an answer for this Tarmogoyf. I mean, they might have a Lightning Bolt after that, but we'll see. Certainly doesn't hurt to be in this spot now. Hey, Speeve with the tier 1 subscription. That is not something that happens a lot around here, and thank you so much for that. Thanks, man. You're great. I will do my best to get that changed up to an appropriately Simpsons thing, and I'll try to get good emotes. I should do that soon. Get someone who actually knows what they're doing to design them. All right, so we have a Thopter Foundry now with Emry, so this should be able to sort of close up this game in its own way, which means I have 2 Astrolabes in play. I don't... Oh, yeah! Yeah. So we could change that command, Roy, to have the emote. I designed it myself, Roy. That was like right around the time you stopped coming around. So yeah. So I'm gonna play Astrolabe here, and the reason I'm doing that is if they have a removal spell that they hadn't been playing, I want to be able to make a Thopter. They're probably gonna kill my Emry. So the choice was like, do I play a Bauble or an Astrolabe out of my graveyard that turn with my Emry? If I played the Bauble, I'd be able to sack both my Astrolabes. If I play the Astrolabe, I draw a card early. What's the reason that you Bauble on their upkeep versus your turn? So Baubling on your opponent's upkeep is something you want to keep in mind against black mid-range decks, which are decks that will feature like 5 to 8 copies of Thoughtseize and Inquisition of Kozilek. Because the trigger happens on the next turn with Mishra's Bauble, so you want to limit the number of options that they have to take out of your hand. So you'll draw the extra card on your turn when they can't play a discard spell. There's obviously a lot of... Mishra's Bauble is a very, very interesting card to play with. There's a lot of things you can do with it. You can Bauble yourself and then choose whether or not to use a fetch land. Yeah, and if you run counterspells or instant speed interaction, you can use it on your turn, and then you're going to draw on their upkeep. So if you have a lot of instants that you would like to be using, then you will frequently Bauble on your own turn. But it really depends on what stage of the game you're in and what cards are in your deck. Okay, so now we're on the draw. I think I want to keep the Blood Moons just because they're like must... Oh, no problem. Well, you can feel free to stick around this channel. And if I am not paying enough attention, my good friend Roy the Boy is here. That's Posseratin. Alex, Canadian Bobo, is kind of a shit disturber, so don't always listen to what he says, but he is pretty smart. He's probably wise-assing you. And then there's me. So I've been playing Magic a long time. Oh wait, probably not Mega. You have been around a couple. Yeah. You've been around for like a month at least, right? But you're just not always here. You're like in and out. Following since May. Oh, you've been around for a while. Yeah, you poke in and out. Yeah, you're not like one of the people who's here like all the time, like Penseur. All right. Okay. So we cheesed out game 2 there. Let's see how we do on this one. It's a good hand. Not a great hand, but a good hand. We might just slam this Pithing Needle on 1 and call Street Wraith. Obviously, it's less good when your opponent goes first, but it does mean any Street Wraiths that they draw for the rest of the game are going to be less than ideal. So we might see our opponent bauble themselves here. They did, yeah. So there's the example. Probably not Mega. So, I think you need the colon. Hey, what's up, Ashiok? Yeah, you need the colon, Roy. If you type colon mana, it should autofill this. I don't think you did it correctly. So that Ashiok person, they O2'd 2 different showcase challenges this weekend. They're famous. That's you. That's you. You're great, Ash. I was watching some of that. Oh, yeah, it was the Modern Challenge this morning, right? So you O2 dropped the showcase yesterday, then the Modern Challenge today, and then you 3-3'd the Pioneer one? Oh, I got it, Roy. Yeah, let me do that. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let me... where's the message that you need me to type, Roy? I gotta find it. Adcom. Okay, yeah, I'm on it. Okay. Nope. Copy. Paste. There we go. Nope. No, hold on. Yeah, I gotta change it. There you are. Okay, should work. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the bot is not subscribed, right? But I don't know if I can gift enough subs right now. I know there's a limit. All right, sorry. We're gonna pay attention to this game for a second. So, without any knowledge of what's in their hand or anything like that, because I drew the Astrolabe, we're just gonna play the Astrolabe. Yeah, the bot is the one who says the thing. So just switch it back to the sunglasses for now. The :B. And we'll see. I know I can gift a certain amount of subs. I don't know how many it is. I think it's only 1 or 2 right now. And when you and or Mare Bear can assume he's Lur's Jund. My opponent? My opponent's on Jund Shadow. Actually, I haven't actually seen a Shadow yet, have I? Maybe not. Oh, they're on a medium hand, that's for sure. But so are we. Okay, so Vista, fetch. Yeah, you get that well-deserved rest. Okay, so let's just needle. Have I even seen Street Wraith out of them? Maybe they are on Jund Luris. I want to Pithing Needle something here. I think we're just gonna name Street Wraith. Liliana the Veil? She's not really a problem. I think we're needling Wraith, yeah. I mean, Lily is safer. Not if they're on Jund Shadow. Jund Shadow definitely doesn't play Liliana the Veil. Or I've seen one copy once. I'm more comfortable naming Street Wraith. This is like a higher impact name. Because if they have a well, yeah, maybe they have a Liliana. All right. We're gonna do Liliana, sure. Mostly because with Tarmogoyf, that can pump the size of their Tarmogoyf really quickly. Makes you think it's Shadow. They've been punishing their life total very aggressively in every game, and they played Team or Battle Rage in one of the games. No, they didn't. They had Kolaghan's Command. Maybe this is Jund Lurrus. Weird. I mean, it could be. I just don't. That's not a deck that people play. Like, yeah. I understand. I'm just saying, like, no. This is game 3. I also feel like Jund. Yeah, people play Lurrus Jund. Not a lot. No, it's the old one. The new Jund deck is classic Jund. It's like classic Coca-Cola. No, that's Jund with Lurrus in it. That's not Lurrus Jund. That's Jund with Lurrus in it. Yeah. I've seen that a couple times already. But then we haven't seen any Bloodbraid Elves. We haven't seen any, like, I don't know, triple black. Ooh, hate to see that. Yep. Oh, I can shrink their Tarmogoyf even more. That's kind of nice. Question is, do I want to play my Saheeli this turn? Nah. Soul Guide Lantern, eat their Bauble. Seems like the best choice. The reason I don't want to play Saheeli this turn is if it just gets picked off. It's pretty bad for us. I really wish this Karn in my hand was an Urza, but we could still pick one up. This Ashiok could have been devastating, and luckily it's not. All right, if we finally see a Bloodbraid Elf, we'll know that I was wrong. That's what really matters. Finding out you were wrong. I do love March of the Machines, but Lattice isn't legal anymore. So there's really no point in playing March of the Machines without Lattice. EE on 1. That is so flipping rude. Holy crap. Good God. I mean, at least we'll get to draw a card in response, but fuck me. Uh-huh. Wait, what? I have some thoughts. Oh. So hold on. Now I play my Karn and turn off their EE. Huh, that's funny. And then ping it. So let's draw a card. Thopter Foundry is a good pickup. We didn't lose our sword, though, did we? We didn't. Karn can still get the sword, but... Oh, we get to play Urza and Karn. I love it when a good plan comes together. Trigger. So let's play my Surge node for free. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Karen. And then we win the game with combo next turn. Good luck, opponent. Good luck, Godspeed. deck is neat. As frustrating as it is when it's falling apart, this deck is neat. I love Urza. This card is so good. And then even if they have... So with their Tarmogoyf attacking my Karn, I'm pretty sure I'm not blocking with Urza. Because I want to put them in a situation where they have to, A, somehow be able to get through my Karn, and B, also kill my Urza. My opponent has just typed Psy in chat, so I believe I won. Not the Psy that you're thinking. Not Psy Master Thopterist. What are they sighing about? I assume the Urza. This is Culligan's command. So we discard our Saheeli. We get to destroy something. They should attack first. Yeah, they're going to. We're not blocking. So if they do have Culligan's command, they can shatter my construct, but then their Liliana can't activate. Okay, so this Culligan's command is going to pump their Tarmogoyf big enough that Karn is going to die here, which sucks. But they should shatter Pithing Needle and then shoot Karn for 2 damage. No, because then actually if I discard Thopter Foundry, their Tarmogoyf will not be big enough to kill my Urza. Or my Karn. Karn will get to live. And then they'll Edict me with Liliana. I'll sack the Construct. We'll see. There's a lot of things. Target player discards a card, destroy target artifact. Yeah. So we're going to discard Thopter Foundry. We lose it to Ashiok then. But that does mean... Because there's an instant going into the graveyard, so this is about to be a 3/4. So if I discard an artifact instead of a planeswalker, it doesn't get any bigger. Then they're going to Edict me. I'm going to sacrifice the construct. Urza gets to stay in play. Which means I can then get my Yorion and reset everything. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. Assuming that they don't have more stuff. If they have more stuff, we could be in trouble. Yep. Bye, Construct. Urza can pick off Liliana and or Urza plus an Astrolabe. Yep. What do we lose? Thopter Foundry. That's fine. Okay, let's see what we draw. Wait, Karn's on 3. Oh, they didn't shock the Karn, so I can still wish. Okay. Good. Second Urza. Okay, so place a Healy, wish with Karn. Karn gets... Ooh. Can we get the Paradox Engine and go off this turn? Or am I 1 mana short? I think I'm 1 mana short. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, hold on. 5 for the engine, and then the engine is an artifact, which lets me cast the Saheeli? Yeah. And then we're really... But then I only get 1, 2, 3 mana afterwards. Plus a... Okay, yeah, we got this. Okay, this is going to be a very tight, very interesting line here. So get the Paradox Engine. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play the engine. Resolves. Okay, tap the engine. Plus 2. Excuse me. Hello? Please do not concede. Thank you. I want to do the neat thing here. Always yield. Wait. Did I screw up somewhere? I think I did. Nope. No, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, what am I doing after that point? Playing Urza. Okay. Urza comes in. Keep the old Urza. New construct. Trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spin the Urza. What do we got? Any spell. Shit. Alright. Double shit. Alright. Okay, well, we can still get beat up here, but we're in a really good spot as long as my Urza survives the next turn, which it's like pretty likely to. Yeah, I can't do anything with Saheeli. Alright. We're in a good spot. Not as good as I want it to be, but we're in a good spot. Yeah, Bauble. Can't activate it until they kill Karn. They weren't talking about anything specific, Roy, other than the fact that Urza is an incredible value play. Like, you know how some Infect players would sigh every time their opponent plays a Ren 6, Roy? I think that's the same feeling when you're playing Jund and your opponent plays Urza. You're just like, oh, how do I ever beat that card again? Okay, how good is this? Is it another Liliana? Luris. Luris gets Engineered Explosives? That's not very good. It's not bad. Who, Infect? That's just Josh, though, right? Wormy Boy. Oh, you're talking about when you were playing the Roy deck, right? The Roy the Boy special. Okay, so we have Paradox Engine and we have Urza. So we are nigh infinite on our turn. We just have to draw a sequence of spells, basically. We do have access to Ryan as well, so there is a lot of ability to do stuff here. Okay, so this doesn't actually do anything right now because of the Ashiok. We could boot up a second construct and then attack Ashiok down first. That costs me an effective 2 mana. Also, I could create a second Paradox Engine? No, it's legendary. Don't do that. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have... The only guaranteed spell I have is Yorion. I think... Yeah, I caught it. I caught it. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I mean, I'm not good, but I did catch that one. So... I think killing the Ashiok's worth it because it puts me up a mana. Oh, I have Fiery Islet to draw a card. Okay, so let's turn a Surge Node into a construct. I can almost kill them. Right. Surge Nodes become a construct. Go to combat. Everything attacks Ashiok. So we'll search for a land first, and then we'll spin Urza. I guess I could have used Urza spin first because that is what do I want to say. If Urza flips a land, you can play it. But let's just flip a spell. There we go. Okay, that's got to be game. So stack these. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm yielding to that one, yield to this one. Okay, so this is about to get really nuts. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. So grab Yorion. Cast Yorion. So I think I'm actually, for once, I'm not gonna phase out Urza. Actually, we can decide whether or not we want to do it. Because we can spin Urza in response to the Yorion trigger. So tap Servo, tap Astrolabe, tap Surge Node, tap Paradox Engine, tap Thopter Foundry. Okay, so spin Urza once. Let's see if we hit a spell. We did. Okay, so we're not going to slide out Urza because we're just going to keep comboing here. So are we sliding out anything? No, probably not. Okay. I think my opponent conceded. So there we go. We're on the 3-2. Teferi is something we could be playing in this deck. I don't think we should, but we could be. All right, so kind of around the timing I wanted to be done here, but anywho, yeah, this is Jeskai Yorion Dice Thopter Dice, and it's super sweet. You've got multiple options for incredibly powerful lines. Galvanic Blast in the main deck in the 80 cards is not the greatest thing in the world. The 4 Blood Moons in the sideboard, I mean, we cheesed out at least 1 game win with it, so kind of hit and miss. One of the other problems that this archetype tends to have, in my experience so far, is Goblin Engineer and Emry are super, super, super powerful, but really easy to kill. So the decks that come to the table ready to interact are able to interact enough to punch through and kill you. The decks that are coming to the table to not interact and just play a linear strategy are oftentimes able to just kill you with their combo or their linear play. So this deck is really threading a bit of a weird needle, and I'm not entirely sure how good it is. These are the kind of decks that I've been experimenting with a lot in the last couple of weeks, from the Kinnan deck to this one and some other varieties of things. So this sort of combo mid-range decks, usually with a bunch of powerful artifacts. We may see some big changes in the potentials of these decks if Astrolabe gets banned tomorrow, or if Uro gets banned tomorrow. This deck does have a surprisingly reasonable control matchup. A lot of control decks are not playing a lot of sweepers, and Supreme Verdict is like a really difficult sweeper for those decks to play because it's not good in a lot of the matchups where they even want it, just because it's a tad slow against things like Burn when they have the creature heavy draws, and it taps you out for your entire turn, so sometimes they kill you after the fact. And Dead of Winter tends to not kill our constructs. So, you know, this is quite a neat spot for a deck to be. I'm going to be back probably at 8 o'clock-ish tonight to play, I think, some Iceberg Control and then some Subnautica. So you can feel free to come on back and join me then. For now, I'm going to be going and doing a bit of a workout, cooking some dinner, having some dinner, and I will see you all relatively soon. You can check this video out on YouTube. If you are checking this out on YouTube, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and you can check the link that will get you to my Twitch. And if you're on Twitch, you can get the links that go to YouTube. I will see you all later, and